What's up, everybody? Hey, taking a little road trip today. We're actually, myself and my buddy Josh, who's actually holding the camera right now, we're on our way up to North Carolina, Gibsonville, to the Hardwood store of North Carolina. So it's about a 4-hour drive for us, but as you can see right now, we're in a bit of traffic here in Columbia, right outside of Columbia, South Carolina. So kind of sucks. We've been sitting here for a while, don't know what's going on, but you know, it takes us about 4 hours to get there, so you're wondering probably why we drive that far. Well, I'll show you once we get up there. Hopefully shoot a little video as we're picking up a load of lumber up there. But long story short is it's a hell of a lot cheaper for me to pick up, you know, quite a bit of lumber up there, sometimes spend $1,000, $2,000, and then bring it back down, spend, you know, take a day road trip and maybe 50, 60 bucks in gas. But yet I save about 30% going up there. So you can imagine if I spend $1,000 or $2,000, I'm gonna save quite a bit, sometimes upwards of $1,000 by going up there. But we'll go ahead and skip all this traffic stuff and the driving part, and we'll see you when we get up there. We're up here at the Hardwood store of North Carolina in Gibsonville, and I just walked in the warehouse. I'll show you the storefront here in a bit. I just want to make sure with the folks that work here that it's okay that I film. But you can see we walk in here, and it's you grab carts, run around, pick and pull. We'll walk around. I'll give you a tour real quick. And also they have usually they have flyers up here, and I don't see any laying around, but I'll grab one here so I can kind of post up what some of the prices are here. I drive 4 hours just to get up here and get lumber. I save so much money. Plus it's nice just to be able to dig through stuff to kind of get stuff. You can see here they have everything sectioned off with signs above everything. So walnut, cherry, oak, you know, red oak, white oak. You know, you start going back some of the areas back here, and it's pretty awesome. Over on these sides over here, you get some of the exotic hardwood. So, you know, we're in teak, bloodwood, curly maple, purple heart, zebra wood, purple heart. Back there you get into babinga, jatoba, paddock, and some of the other more exotic stuff. But you can see how it's kind of laid out here. Is just pallets, everything sectioned off nicely, pick and pull. That's a nice thing. You can find exactly what you want. Plus, you can kind of hear them back there. They have a whole shop back there where they can machine anything down that you need. You know, whether it's you need stuff planed down, cut to length, ripped, cross cut, whatever. S4S sanded all 4 sides. They even do cabinetry. You can get all kinds of good plywoods, stuff like that here. Plus different racks for different small stuff for turning, whatnot. So we're gonna start grabbing some carts and picking and pulling stuff. I'll shoot a little bit more video. We have a lot of lumber to get while we're here. So we're picking out some 8-quarter walnut here, trying to find some good clean pieces, couple with knots, whatnot. But I got my buddy Josh here. He's actually doing a bunch of the heavy lifting for me because I had messed up my arm recently, and as lame as it sounds, they say I have tennis elbow or something. I have another brace, but I'm not wearing it because it hurts more than it does good. So, but it's gonna take us a while here. We dig through some of the stacks, try to find the boards we want. Some with figuring I use for some projects, some where I like the straight grain when I cut it up for cutting boards and whatnot. Got our printout here. Let's see, go up to the front, see how much we spent so far. Not quite sure yet, but that's gonna determine if we've reached our limit or not. But usually they have a bunch of, you can get a lot of somewhat live edge, and then in the back they also have a bunch of complete tree trunks that are completely slabbed, that they have together as the whole tree. They usually put stuff up on the website so you can take a look at each individual slab to see, you know, and then of course come down and pick it out. A little pricey, but you know, if you're looking for slabs, I really doubt somebody's going to be able to beat some of the prices that they have here for different stuff. If you can't find it, you're doing something wrong. But let's go up front and see what the damage is. So I'll go ahead and put links to in the comments below. I'll go ahead and put links to where they have their price list. They have it on the webpage, but you come into the store, and oftentimes I find coming into the store the new prices that they have listed in their pamphlet are actually better than the ones online. And of course, by 6 to 900 or 99 board feet, one price, and then as you go up, you can kind of see here. You'll see it better on the website when I link it for costs of lumber prices, and they have it nice and sectioned off by different, so your hardwoods, all that good stuff. Hey everybody, so I had filmed a little bit more while we were up on our trip to the hardwood store of North Carolina, but I don't know, something I guess happened with my SD card, the one that I was using at the time, so a few of the clips were pretty much unusable because it did something weird. Some of the files were corrupted, whatnot. But anyways, I think the only thing I was doing in one of the clips was just going over what our haul was from that trip, everything we had picked up, and about what the pricing was. Just point of comparison, looking through the receipt here, I've been kind of jotting a few things down here. We left with a little over 300 board feet of various lumbers, most of those being hardwood. I think only, let's see, probably about 50 of that 300 plus was softwoods like curly and soft maple. So I spent about $1,900 on that trip, but about 370 to 400 bucks of that was some padok and wenge that I had picked up right there, and that was probably around 28 board feet of that stuff. So just about the 275 board feet, 280 of the hardwoods, and a couple of softwoods. We only spent a little over 1,500 bucks. Some of the prices up there, as I had mentioned before, I'm going to link in the details below the links to actually the Hardwood store of North Carolina, their website, and their price charts, which has a breakdown. So it's kind of nice. The more you buy of specific types of lumbers, the steeper the discount on those, so range. So it's better to, if you know some friends or people in your area, I like to hit up some of the social media, whatnot, because there's always, in my area, people looking for places to buy lumber. So if you go in on a group buy, you can save a bit of money, and of course have them chip in, a few bucks here and there for your time. But biggest things I usually go there for, some of the domestic hardwoods like walnut, cherry, hard maple, just some perspective here. So 4/4 walnut I get at about $7 a board foot. 4/4 cherry, $4.65 board foot. 8/4 walnut, and this is usually 8/4 stuff is where I save my money versus ordering stuff down here. $8 a board foot for 8/4 walnut. 8/4 hard maple, $5.05 a board foot. So if I order from one of the local places down here that will order the larger dimension hardwoods, usually I'll be paying $9 or $10 a board foot for 8/4 maple. So getting that at $5.05 a board foot is huge savings, especially when I buy 50, 60, 70 board feet of it. Even some of the other hardwoods, some of the exotic stuff, padok, $7.65 a board foot. Wenge is always pretty pricey, so when I pick up some of that, whether it's going in cutting boards or other smaller projects, $15.45 a board foot. Usually I don't buy a lot of that because it's quite expensive. But the domestic stuff, the more you buy, the more you're going to save, and it's nice being able to pick and pull out of the stuff. I've ordered from a few places down here before, but when you order lumber like that, you're really at the discretion of whoever is taking and loading up your order as far as what you're going to get. I've got some really gnarly looking stuff before where I'm like, I'm not sure what I can use that in, because it was just weird features in the wood that just weren't going to work for what I was going to do. So it's nice being able to pick and pull. So anyways, I'm going to link that stuff in the details below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit up the good folks at Hardwood Store of North Carolina when you get a chance. I'm sure they'll do you a solid. Catch you later.